defensive positioning is the most important thing. So rather than try and kill as many as I can this turn, their objective is to get by me. After all. I'm gonna let them come to me. Duck. Duck. Not noticed. Well, there are no characters that look like that in the game as you buy it.
Let's do this thing.
Please keep the enemy's position in mind. I'm getting pushed around here. Help me out.
Moving out. Can't beat the smell of fresh soil. Now.
See, there wasn't much sense in moving around in this mission because their job is to get past you. So all you got to do is position the shock troopers at the mission critical points and let them come to you. They'll break themselves upon you. Why is it always Jane they go for?
Moving out. Enemy sighted. Think you can stop me?
Clear a path.
I'm a weapon. No, a shield. Enemy unit spotted. My turn, okay? Now! My turn, okay? Enemy sighted. This can't be good. Moving out. Think you can stop me? My turn, okay? Moving out. My turn, okay? Moving out. Now! turn, okay? Please hit.
Duck.
Think you can stop me? My turn, okay? Please hit. Think you can stop me? My turn, okay? My turn, okay? Please hit. Help me.
Oh, God. Alright. Never mind. I believe I can now do this mission. I have a less than bad feeling about this mission. Now, I'm gonna try something that, okay, so, put Alicia back there, Rosie here, and Largo here. And we'll have one more of the scouts safe region. And that'll be it for now.
Prepare to commence the operation. Take out their commander and claim Gearlendio. Squad 7, move out! Move out, Sevens. Use the stairs and elevators on either side to head for the top. This is an order. Watch the barrels of their guns. This is an order. Attack with everything you've got.
Leave it to me.
Don't make this hard on yourself. Back me up. I'm going in.
Fire!
That was a waste of a turn. I thought I could take one of them out.
Just watch this.
counterattack! This is an order! Brace up and get ready to defend yourself. This is an order! There's no room for error when aiming. This is an order! Advance with caution. Stay sharp.
Moving out. Think you can stop me?
Stop them! Kill every last one!
Please hit.
Just keep up this pace.
Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted. Enemy unit spotted. My turn, okay? Don't even think of dodging.
Back me up! I'm going in! Man down. Everybody be careful. Focus on making the
Oh.
right choices, soldiers.
I was hoping she'd have that double movement thing happen. Oh, I should have taken the camp. Oh well. I'm sure she'll survive for a turn.
I cast aside my lance and shield. I fight you now as a mere mortal soldier. Die!
Rosie's got her wits about her. Well, that clears the way a bit for next turn. There goes the backup scout. Rosie is untouchable. I'm gonna get her behind those sandbags. Oh, one of them hit her. Oh no.
Under light fire.
Whew.
under heavy fire from the upper level. Remember to keep tucked away behind cover. This is an order. Watch the barrels of their guns. This is an order. Attack with everything you've got. This is an order. Don't give them time to counterattack. This is an order. There's no room for error when aiming. This is an order. Brace up and get ready to defend yourself. This is an order. Advance with caution. Stay sharp.
Moving out.
Well, firstly because I missed it,
Enemy sighted.
which is unfortunate.
Keep it up.
Wasted a move there.
Moving
So I
out.
missed it the first time. I'm hoping a double movement potential kicks in at some point soon.
Please hold out. Don't even think of dodging.
Hold on, I'm on my way now. Man down. Everybody be careful.
My turn, okay? Think you can stop me? Once more with feeling.
Pushing us back.
Enemy sighted.
Watch out for attacks from above.
I wish you good luck. Moving out. Let's do this then. Medic!
Don't get closer than you need to.
She didn't quite dodge that one, but because... Oh. She knows Alicia's there. Well, she knows where the threat is. Oh!
Help me.
Right. I need to get her back. That's a matter for next turn. Hopefully no one will take her out completely.
Alright, listen up! Clear out the enemy with artillery support!
Tend to your wounds and rejoin the fray. Half legions, hear my orders now.
Damage minimal!
Right, I need an engineer as well.
Under light fire!
Watch me dance. Enemy sighted.
What is your situation?
Found us one. Enemy sighted.
Move in groups while backing each other up.
Medic! down.
Right. I'm gonna see if Frisia can win the day.
This is an order. Watch the barrels of their guns. This is an order. Attack with everything you've got. This is an order. Aim for their weak spot. Fight dirty. This is an order. Advance with caution. Stay sharp. This is an order. Don't give them time to counterattack. This is an order. There's no room for error when aiming. This is an order.
Penetration.
Aim for where their protection is weakest.
Watch me dance. I'm ready to go. Shall we dance?
I fear I may have sent her to her death.
Shall we dance?
She's fighting her. Oh. How much did that do?
Shall we dance?
She's holding her own.
What's the matter? It will take more than that to strike me down. Even as a mortal woman, I am still a warrior. I will fight on while this heart still beats. Yes, right away. See, my flesh will not be desecrated.
I've got 20 turns, so let's make sure I can last them.
Good work. Keep it up.
Yes, right away. Save me the paragon of protection.
This is an order! Attack with everything you've got! This is an order! Don't give them time to counterattack! This is an order! There's no room for error when aiming. This is an order! Brace up and get ready to defend yourself. This is an order! Watch the barrels of their guns! This is an order! Aim for where their protection is weakest!
I'm ready to go. Shall we dance? I'm not sure about this.
Not yet. I haven't lost this yet. Heed me, men of the Empire! On my orders, heal your wounds! Fight with pride, strong to the bitter end!
Oh shit, did I even
Tend to your wounds.
give the
And
order
rejoin
for
the brave.
Alicia to
Half legions.
come back?
Hear
Ah,
my orders now!
it doesn't matter, I'll get it.
Damn.
She did well.
Let's do this then. Ain't no stopping me. Here I come.
Enemy unit approaching.
I don't want any wasted lives out there.
Way ahead of you.
Fire!
Tend to your wounds and rejoin the fray. Half legions, hear my orders now.
I'll be right back. Hopefully to a fully living squad.
Under light fire.
Hello? Ollie, hello? I can't actually hear you. No, sounds fine. Odd. Hold on, I'll watch the from.
Hey, reinforcements have arrived.
Dude, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Oh, I didn't
Okay,
know.
okay.
I just gone to the bathroom while you joined, so I was away from my
Sorry,
headset.
I was up at basically. We had a delivery this morning. We've had to go to the dentist today.
Right.
Nothing bad. Nothing bad. They've just finally decided after 5 years to remove.
Oh,
that
by the way,
one
I am
tooth that's been
actually
causing me
streaming at the
problems for,
moment, so
the last 5
don't say
years.
anything you wouldn't want said on the internet.
Sorry,
Sorry.
I'm just getting a bit of feedback here and there. Hold on.
Yeah, I was
There we
just
go.
saying I am streaming at the moment, so don't say anything you wouldn't want said in public. Just,
I
know.
would never have thought of that, Ollie. I mean, I only just, clicked on the broadcast thing just to join in, just to say offensive things, Ollie.
No, I'm just saying if you were going to talk about something personal.
Oh, no, it's nothing bad. It's just I don't think it's a problem to mention that I've got a tooth that's been causing me problems for years because of the way it grew. I've got like a tripod. I've got like a tripod of teeth on one side of my mouth, where one tooth has grown the wrong way, and dentists have finally decided this is a serious problem, so it needs to go. And it took them 5 years of looking at it to go, yeah, this might be a problem.
With everything you've
I've got a
So
gold
then I
too.
came home. Yeah, so then I came back. Well, it's not that. It's the fact that it's behind a row of other teeth, so it blocks me from cleaning the other teeth. So they said, if it's a risk to 2 other teeth, then it needs to go. I am completely cool with that.
Yeah.
So that's going. Then I get home. Liz decides to go for a nap, and then, well, we get a delivery of stuff for the cats, which is a lot, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm tired out, so I went up for a nap with Liz, and I've only just got back down. So I thought I'll get some coal in, because I've heard we've got snow coming this week. Again.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd sit down. I thought I'd come down, and then I saw your thing on the phone. I thought, and since Charlotte has said that she's not able to stream till tomorrow, at the earliest, so I thought, well, I'll join in this, and I got myself a muffin.
Cool.
I mean, it's war, right?
Why not? It's war.
I thought you'd like that.
Yeah.
Would you like a muffin? Sure.
Why not? It's war.
Look out, Charlie, at 2 o'clock.
Right, I've used up, like, loads of command points just buffing Alicia.
Buff her up. Grrr.
Roided Alicia.
So, Ollie, if I do end up doing a stream of Devil May Cry 5, are you caught up with the story enough?
Devil May Cry 5. Do I need to be?
Yes, but yes for one thing.
Right.
Basically to know who one of the characters is, because you know who the fuck Dante is, and that's fine, but Dante isn't even playable until, like, later on in the game. Basically, the only games you'll only need to have know the story for only 3 of the other games, so if that helps.
My turn, okay?
Right.
You'll only need to know a little bit of Devil May Cry 1, Devil May Cry 3 and 4. 2 doesn't count because no one likes 2.
Enemy unit spotted.
Don't get pinned down. Fire back.
Because without wishing to go into spoiler territory, Nero's playable, and if you haven't played 4, you won't know who Nero is.
Well, I've played 4.
Okay. Also, the PS4 version has been censored because Sony's afraid of boobs and ass. So certain scenes of Trish and Lady are basically censored with a light filter over their asses.
My turn, okay?
Right.
Yeah, which has started the meme of the woman in the car crying while a woman presses her boobs against the window. Labeled Japanese game developers versus the West versus Sony.
Oh, how is she fully healed?
It's one of Salvaria's special abilities, by the way.
Moving out. Medic!
Yeah, Salvaria has a special ability where she heals herself.
Oh, for God's sake.
Moving out.
And she's still dodging everything.
Hmm. Why are you aiming for her legs?
Because if she ducks, I can still hit her.
Ah.
Ah, fuck.
But also there's a twist that is never truly explained very well in Devil May Cry 5, where they bring back a certain character that by all rights shouldn't be able to come back at this point, but fan demand has made it happen.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, I'm happy about it, but Yeah, my only problems with Devil May Cry 5 is they're trying to force Dante's sass, or, you know, the bad jokes that Dante would do onto a character where it just doesn't work. Trish and Lady, who are prominent characters in the series, don't get to do much of anything.
Yeah.
Which is really depressing. They do nothing except they are literally unconscious on the floor at one point, and later on you beat bosses to free them and they're naked. And that's about it. They're not really allowed to do anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, that and the ending is shit. In fact, the ending is literally begging for there to be DLC.
Well, of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Because it's doing what they did with Devil May Cry 2's ending, except, you know, it's kind of passé at this point. I mean, I don't even think you'll care about the twist, to be honest.
Enemy spotted. I see an
Try not to
enemy.
leave yourself open.
Enemy spotted.
We're losing soldiers with every step we take.
I
Wait
see
for
an
a
enemy.
chance, then storm in.
I know, sort of thing from Red Dwarf I thought you'd find funny.
Yeah.
Rimmer finally gets the opportunity to do something to fix his life, and basically he can't take it. Well, he can't accept it.
Really?
Basically, they found this thing that will basically, you know the multiverse theory. Everyone knows that. Basically, they get a multiverse remote thing that will allow him to go to an infinite number of universes with infinite possibilities. And they ask him if he's going to miss the fact that he's not going to be able to, you know, go home. You know, he's not going to be able to see his version of the crew again, and he doesn't seem to care. So he goes to all these different universes, and all of them he can't stand. But they range from things where him and Lister get on because they both do weird things, like have collections of wires, but instead of a cat, he ended up with a rat, and they've basically completely infested all of Red Dwarf. One where everyone's a Satanist, one where he's basically in Holly's position, where he's a scream, and one where he's a hologram, and everyone's about to die because of the radiation leak. Also, they changed how Captain Hollister died.
Entering combat.
Apparently Captain Hollister wasn't in the drive room yelling at Rimmer.
Right.
He was trying to escape in one of the escape booths, but then Rimmer just jammed it, so he couldn't escape it, so he died in the radiation leak. He's like, oh, Rimmer, what are you doing, sir? Well, I was trying to do the right thing and go down with the ship, you know, but then I fell into this escape pod.
Huh.
And then it breaks, so he dies anyway, and then he goes to a universe where he's got everything. But there's one major problem for him.
What's that?
Lister is the captain. Basically, he's got everything he wants. He's married, he's an officer. He's basically the second in command of the ship. He's got everything he wanted, but then he sees the captain, it's just Lister. Turns out that he basically became rich and successful because he managed to save Red Dwarf from the radiation leak, because lo and behold, he actually was good at his job, whereas Rimmer wasn't. So he saved the crew, and Red Dwarf and the Jupiter Mining Corporation paid him off in a lot of money, and even allowed him to be the captain of the ship, just to keep his mouth shut to the public. Little did they know that eventually, under Lister's rule, they would find a planet that was full of a very, very, very rare compound that ended up making them very, very rich. So now he's completely customized the thing, and he's still slobby, Like, he's got a stasis booth just with snacks and drinks in. Yeah, one of those things. He's also married to a stripper that he found. Yeah, he didn't marry Christine Kachansky, he married a stripper called Crystal. Then Rimmer says, I can't stay here.
Ah, fuck.
What do you mean? You're alive, you've got everything you've ever wanted. I don't understand why you wouldn't stay here. I cannot live in a universe where you are doing better than me. And he presses the remote again and he's run out of universe and just ends up back where he was. Oh, you're back, sir. Apparently infinite wasn't enough. Deal him in.
I can live in a universe where you are doing better than me.
Yeah, that is literally Rimmer's thing. I mean, there was also a thing where he destroyed the entire ship's thing of no criticism, because criticism can hurt people's feelings, by them trying to drain his inner critic and bottle it up so he'll become, you know, have the inability to criticize anyone else, but he's got so much that the machine can't process it. And then he, like, physically sees his inner critic, and then he defeats it after Lister points out that it failed in its one duty of stopping Rimmer from making a twat of himself.
Yeah.
Make it go away. You need me. I protect you from yourself. Remember the school play? Remember how you wanted to Morris dance in front of the entire school? And you told me no. We would have been mocked. You never let me do anything. You never even let me date any of those women. You kept telling me we're out of our league. They were 4 out of 10s at best. We only get 3s at best. Wait, if you're even a critic, how come you didn't stop him from, stop him from trying to repair that drive plate? Why didn't you tell him he wasn't up to it? What? You basically failed. If your whole job was to keep him safe by stopping him from doing stupid things, you didn't exactly do your job right, did you? You're right. It failed. You can't say that to me. I'm his inner critic. I mean, yes, I didn't live up to all the things I wanted to do, so you failed. Didn't fail. I just didn't do. You failed, and it just kind of dies. But it's while it's trying to drain him. I achieved all my dreams and everything else. Yes. Keep fighting it, sir. And then he just can't take it, so he starts criticizing everything about his own life. My family are all bastards. I took life advice from my brother. He Yvette told me that the most important thing when being with a woman was the clitoris. I thought he said spit on a wrist, so I did. I look like a twat for years. Hold on, the machine can't keep up. I'm just getting started.
Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted.
Hold on, the machine can't keep up. Well, why can't it? Okay. Hello, little girl. Ollie's going to war and trying to kill the Valkyria. It's not going well. She keeps ducking. Clearly the Empire, clearly this is a battle of wits.
Enemy unit spotted.
Have you thought of using any orders that might increase, well, Alicia's aim?
I have.
Huh, then this is one very good Valkyrie.
It's exactly what I've been doing. Occupy.
Camp occupation confirmed. Keep the pressure up.
Getting pretty damn sick of you.
Oh, problems with the Valkyria.
Not her, the Gatling gun that was giving me problems. Should I chance her double movement ability?
Moving out.
I mean,
No.
Yes.
Instead, I shall take out this sniper.
Take him out. You cannot beat me because I will catch up.
Man down. Everybody be...
You know what? I'm gonna save those last two. Actually, no. I'm gonna have Largo take out that big tank. I can tell that's going to be a... Yeah, but a nuisance we should murder.
He's been arrested. What have you been arrested for?
Oh,
for the worst
fuck.
crime you can commit on this ship. Tutting. Tutting? Yeah. It's my turn to get in the cantina, and as soon as I get to the front, they say, sorry, we're just closing up. And I go, just like that. Then I get life. I just called him an asshole. What am I gonna get? The ship where you're not allowed to criticize.
Under any circumstance.
Oh yeah, criticism is banned in every circumstance. That's why the ship is in disarray, because no one has bothered to tell anyone that they're assigning, the captain's assigning the wrong people to the jobs, like the catering staff to the medical facility, or the engineering staff to the, to the catering areas. So the ship is steering into Planet Rimmer.
Oh god.
And save Planet Rimmer. And save everyone, but mostly Planet Rimmer. Planet Rimmer. So I saw a paper this morning that showed, the state of Brexit is, in the eyes of literally everybody else.
Yeah.
Literally just had the entirety of Westminster and the word failures written underneath them.
Yeah, I've got some of the Leave Means Leave brigade on my Facebook thing, but...
Yeah, and I love their things when they say, well, the problem that people don't understand is that Brexit is complicated. Really? Because that's not what they told us. They told us it would be simple. Easy.
Easiest deal in history, I believe, were the words that we
Easiest deal in
used.
history, and they've spent over 900 days faffing about fighting themselves.
Oh, but Corbyn, though. I mean, I'm not in the cult, but...
I know, the cult of Corbyn bollocks, but still. I mean, there was talks. I had to sit I was sitting listening to the radio while I was in the dental surgery.
Hey.
All you had was people going, well, maybe we need new leadership because the people in charge clearly don't know what's going on. I said, well, we might not even get Brexit at all now, and at this point, I think that's probably best if they can't even organise a deal to getting it. Dear God.
Theresa May would come out of DFS with a full-priced sofa.
Yeah.
That is her...
The thing is, Ollie, they're having to make a deal, but again, it's hard to accept a deal seriously from Theresa May, where when she spent all of the year mocking the EU, and at one point, I think she even said that she would crush the EU if they didn't cooperate.
Crush the saboteurs. That was in regards to English politicians who didn't toe the line.
Even so, I remember her spending a lot of her time threatening the EU, and then saying that she's been nothing but, respectful to them.
No.
Which we all know was bollocks. She's never been respectful towards the EU.
Everything she says is bollocks.
Yeah, I know. But look at this. She can't even organise this. She can't keep a party in order. And just note that when we do leave the EU, that's left on them. And I take it you saw my thing on Facebook where they made the offer to... Someone made the suggestion that maybe Scotland can have its independence referendum if it dissolves its own parliament.
Yeah, I saw that.
Do you know how fucking ridiculous of a statement that is to make?
Absolutely.
Yeah, get rid of literally the only government in the UK that can actually run itself properly and can follow procedure. Yeah, and everything else, and get rid of it. And get rid of it, leaving it at the mercy of England, who you know for a fact will use the fact that there's no Holyrood left, which they've been trying to get rid of for years, to absorb them back into England, so there'll be no Scotland, and enforce their own laws on the country that clearly won't work. Wow, I won't get my Brexit good. I don't think they can handle the country without them. I don't think, you can't trust them at this point.
This isn't what I voted for.
Yeah,
You're not getting what you voted for.
Yeah, no one is going to get what they voted for. That's the problem. No matter what goes on, nobody is getting what they voted for.
You said I'd have my country back.
Yeah, they've done a few jokes with this with Cockney Wanker in the Viz comics. Yes, Cockney Wanker. Brexit means Brexit. Now, where's my tuna sandwich? Sorry, waiter, they don't have any tuna in the shops anymore. They can't get the suppliers. Oh, I said I want my bloody tuna sandwich, you slag.
Yeah, I was reading some old Viz comics.
Well, I think the new one's just come out, I think, or it's coming out soon.
Oh, any good ones?
I don't know yet. I haven't bought it yet. I'll probably buy it when I next go to town.
My turn, okay?
Yeah, I've been reading some Big Vern.
Oh god! I still love the recent one. Where is it? The hairdressers, and they go to put him in the hairdryer thing, like that seat with the hairdrying thing, and he thinks it's the electric chair. He's like, "No, Ernie, please, I don't want to die. Please." He's just begging him, like, "It's fine, you'll just be under there for 2 minutes. Please." He starts crying, and they put him under it, and then it actually does malfunction and fry him.
Or when he's babysitting that kid.
Oh, which time? The one where I was reading the book and then suddenly they mention a pig or anything. Christ, Ernie, it's the pigs, and blows his brains out in front of the kid.
Yeah. I think it was that one, yeah. And it's that one where they're in the pub.
What, you mean the one where they're doing the quiz? And he just says, "I'll give it to him, Ern." Right.
No, it's he's in the pub and he's talking to his friend about this was like a pub frequented by local villains and stuff.
Oh god.
And then this old lady comes up to them asking if they want to buy something, and he's like, "It's the filth!" and then just shoots her.
I remember one where he went into a hotel with his friend Ernie.
Yeah.
And he thinks it's a prison. So he walks in naked and hands him his stuff, all of his stuff. And then he goes on protest. Or when he's listening to the radio and they're thinking about the thing about when they were kids, because it's like old music. And Ernie's thinking about when he was a punk sniffing glue, and Vern's thinking about being in prison, being bombed in the showers. And then Sting and the police come on, and then as they mention it's Sting and the police, like, it's the police, Ernie!
I found it.
Oh god. Which one?
It's the one who's in the pub. This is a nice pub, Vern. Proper villains boozer, this, Ernie. They've all been through that, Bobby Moore. Been through that. They've all been through that, Bobby Moore. Squitch Jack, Mad Frankie, the Craze. See that mark on the Betty? That's where Ron stabbed Jack the Hat through his mints. Gosh. Took 3 big geezers to pull the drum out his mush before the Undertaker could carry the stiff out the gaff. What a pretty sight, Ernie, believe me. And this old lady comes over. Excuse me, would either of you gentlemen like to buy a copy of the War Cry? Get down, Ernie! It's the film! Blam blows her brains out, then blows his own brains out, then with his last strength in him, blows Ernie's brains out.
No, Vern! I remember one where he was helping, where he was acting his usual way, thinking the police were going to get him and nothing happened, and they said, look, we'll just take you to the doctors. So they take him, and then it turns out the doctors are actually gangsters. You're just going to stitch me up, right, Doc? Oh, don't worry, we'll stitch you up. Stitch you up like a goddamn kipper. And then just like blasted him. Because that's the overall joke that people have, is that Ern was probably never ever in anything, in regards to,
any kind of trouble.
Actual gangster lifestyle. He just thinks he is. There's one where he couldn't get his gun, so he cracks his own head open with a hammer. Or when he thinks he's going to help him rob a bank, but really he's just helping the elderly on a bus to go on a tour. So when they get off the bus and go into the shops, he thinks they're going to be in only for a few seconds, and he's waiting to hear the gunshots. Or go, come on, come on. Hold on, see if I can find any Big Vern in these big books. Here's one. Here's one. Big Vern helping build a shed. Here you go, Mr. Robinson. 1 flat pack shed. Sign here, please. And out of the bushes, it needs an hand, Ernie. Oh, yeah, Vern. Oh, Vern, you're here. Thanks for agreeing to help. Have you brought any tools with you? Don't worry, Ernie. I'm turning tools up all right. I'm packing serious in here, Ernie, just in case the cozzers turn up and things get a bit previous. Well, I suppose we better look at the plan. A plan? I like it. Clever boy, Ernie, that's using this. Go straight to the top of the proverbial. So what's the MO, Ernie? A couple of sticks of jelly, then you get the toys, eh? No, it's just a shed for my new lawnmower. Inside job, eh? Now let me see, Vern. Ah yes, this piece here looks like panel A, and this must be struck B. I'll just hold it here in this hold this vertical, Vern, while you quickly nail the strut into the... Vern? Vern, where have you gone? And then Vern's in a bush going, psst, here, Ernie. What are you doing? I'm casing the joint, Ernie. I'm not spinning this drum till I know the full SP.
My turn, okay?
Look, Vern, I need you to knock a few nails in while I hold the panels up. Alright, Ernie, it's your blog. You call the shots, but I don't like it, sunshine. Don't like it one bleeding bit. So he helps him nail the thing, but then he hits his thumb. Ernie, I'm it. I'm going down. Vern? Oh, that looks sore. I'll get you a first aid box. Stick your plaster on it. Too late for that, Ernie. I'm losing a lot of chlorine. Would you like me to run you down to the casualty for a tetanus job? No hospitals, you hear me? They ask too many questions. Stick in this where it don't belong. Well, what do you want me to do, Vern? Get Doc Savage round, Ernie. He knows what. He's one of ours. Doc Savage. Yeah, you know, the geezer, he used to be the big cheese on Sawbone. Got stuck up for prescribing too many happy pills. On ours. Lives in the dosser down the Elephant and Castle. He needs a drink, Ernie, but he's alright. Fixed Jimmy the Greek up a treat when he stopped to tumble and the sun said trickle. I don't know. I'll tell you what, my next door neighbour is a doctor. I'll give him a ring and ask if he can come down and give you a thumb a once over. Just do it, Ernie. Hello, doctor. Yeah, sorry to bother you at home. I was wondering if you could pop over for a second. Only my friend had a slight accident in the garden. Oh, that's very kind of you. He's on his way, Vern. Best get him a bottle of breakfast, Ernie. Get the old soaked jazz band sagging 40 proof or to do it. Here he is now. Thanks for coming round, Doctor. What's your doctor, new face? Get you that in Brazil, did you? Now then, what seems to be the problem? No questions, just patch me up, Doctor's alright. He banged his thumb with a hammer. I see, and does this hurt? I already told you you'll get nothing out of me, I'm keeping shut. Ah! Oh, it's just bruised a bit is all. I don't have anything. I don't want anything from me, Doc. I know what it is. I'm banged up pretty bad, ain't I? Don't worry about your friend. His thumb is as right as rain in a day or two. Thanks, Doctor. Ernie, don't leave me, Ernie. So cold. I'm right here, Vern. Why don't you just call it a day and finish up putting the shed tomorrow? You don't have to pretend no more, Ernie. I'm going for the big ride. We've had some times, you and I, haven't we, Ernie? We've had our time in the sun. It was the boys, weren't we? Tearing up the town before we were off our mother's tits. Look out for little Vern, won't you, Ernie? Tell him not to follow his old man. Little Vern? Yeah, make sure he sticks in school, keeps his nose clean, stays on the straight and narrow. Don't want him to end up like me, like this, Ernie. But, Vern, you don't have a son. I know, you're right. I ain't been any sort of father. If I could change things, I would. But it's too late. Where I'm going, there's no coming back. Excuse me, I've got a lawnmower here from Mr. E. Robinson. Look out, Ernie! It's the Sweeney! I'm not doing no Vern for no one. You hear me, cozzer? No, Vern, you're not pinning me on this. This on me, you bastard! And he pulls out his gun and pulls the trigger, and nothing happens because it's got no ammo. Click, click. Shit! And he grabs the hammer and twats his own brains out. It's the sweet.
I found the one where he's babysitting.
So don't worry about it. You don't
Found
even
the
know
one.
what so
Yeah.
it's like 20 quid. Something like that.
I found the one where he's babysitting.
Oh God, go on.
Yeah. Thanks for offering to babysit tonight, Vern. We shouldn't be back too late. Now, you've got the number of the restaurant. Don't worry, you pretty little proverbial mush. Me and the saucepan's gonna be fine. Come on, dear. And then he's reading a bedtime story to the little kid. One day, Wobbly Fox and Bertie Badger decided to go for a picnic in Dangleberry Woods. Then who should knock on the door of the tumble-down cottage but Mr. Squirrel, the policeman? Jesus, it's the filth! And they got them fucking gaff surrounded! And he pulls out a gun. You're not putting this one on me, you bastards, do you hear? I ain't going back inside! And then blows his brains out. And then 2 hours later, the kid is mentally scarred and the Mum comes in and she's like, we're back, everything alright?
Well, there's a corpse on the floor in front of a child.
Yeah.
Oh lordy. Let's see, who else have we got in here? Gilbert Ratchet, the Gollywog stair lift,
Oh dear.
a fruit fly joke, a comic being ruined by the Fathers for Justice people. There's literally comics, but then before you can see the punchline of anything, there's always someone dressed as Batman with the thing going, Fathers for Justice, and then the police appearing to take him away. Yeah, it's all over the page. Like there's letters, like in the letter box bit, and on some of the letters there's just a guy saying with a Batman thing, going, "Fathers for justice, fathers for justice." And then there's on the next page there's another comic book before the punchline. The police have grabbed him and start pulling him over the thing. Elton John's Bandit Beater. Oh yeah, Elton John appears a lot in the comics, but he's basically Del Boy. He's rich and famous and everything, but he's also trying to scam people out of money. And he's always being screwed over by other bands. Like in this one, he's being screwed over by, well, I think the Bee Gees. Major misunderstandings.
Oh yay!
This one's a circuit. The circus are coming through town.
Oh!
Roll up, roll up! Come on, come all, to Billy Button's circus, tonight only in the village green. There are thrills and spills and fun for all the family. Gasp with one, it happens to be that we have a thing called freedom of speech in this country. I did see you lot demonstrating against the July 7th bombings. You weren't going to behead anyone for that, were you? Oh no, when your precious religion gets slaughtered, all of a sudden you're outraged. Well, I'm a member of the Church of England. If someone offends my beliefs, I don't rush out on the streets screaming and waving placards and setting fire to embassies. No, I register my protest the way of letters to page of the Fulchester Evening Chronicle. That's how we do things in this country. We try and act in a civilized manner. If you can't abide by the rules, I suggest you go and live elsewhere. And then just turns and walks away. Oh, and there's a spoiled bastard comic that's ruined by another Fathers for Justice, just as the joke comes on with the police arresting someone dressed as Spider-Man. oh god, this is in poor taste. Jimmy Savile the Owl.
Oh dear.
Ooh, goodness gracious, I'm off to take part in a London marathon in order to get my picture in the papers. How's about that then, boys and gals?
The Queen puts out an OBE on the windowsill.
There is another OBE I just made. It's still a red hot from the forge, so I'll pop it on the windowsill. It's a cold. Ooh, how about, what have we got here? An OBE. I love me OBEs. That would look grand hanging around my neck while I'm jogging on the marathon. I'll swap it for one of my crappy, worthless Jim'll Fix-It badges. Change girls and owls. Now to fly off to the marathon. Ooh, on my word, this OBE is heavy and it's weighing me down.
Yep, bloody hell. Hold on. I'll get back to this in a second. Hello? Hi, Mark. How you doing? Nothing. Oh yeah, it's Mother's Day, isn't it? I don't know. Well, even so, we've just taken Nicole to the dentist. No, it did. She didn't do anything, we just got her registered. They didn't like her, she was happy. Liz seems to be fine, I need to go back to have one of my teeth pulled. Oh, just that one, you know, the one that's growing inside my mouth, the one that really shouldn't be there. They finally decided they're going to remove that.
Advance with caution. Stay sharp.
Yeah, it's annoying using so many toothpicks. We've also got an overflow of cat litter now, so that's the thing.
This is an order.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just happy to leave. I'm back. Let's see.
Alright, here I go.
There's Prince Philip, he's gone.
By Jove, a protected species of wood owl flying at tempting low range. Take that, you usually nocturnal blighter.
To it, to That's a nasty shotgun wound in your leg, Mr. Jim. We best not run the marathon.
But no publicity for me. Never mind, I'll fly over to the television studios. They're filming a documentary about the history of Top of the Cross. A perfect opportunity for me to appear on telly and scout anecdotes about the golden age of pop culture.
Blanket, fetch me one of my expensive cigars. Shooting that bird has given me an appetite for a smoke.
Hello, looks like one of those my favourite cigars. I'll fix it for me to snaffle one before the documentary starts filming. First I'll cough up an extra large owl pellet made of mouse fur and bones. Ugh! Perfect cigar replacement. By the time anyone realises the real one's missing, I'll be smoking it safely on the TV studio. Oh, you'd better not light that cigar. Edward just confiscated that at a joke shop. Exploding cigar, which he planted there for a hilarious prank. Ugh! Or I should say, yowl, my poor beak. Sorry, sir, we can't understand your anecdotes with your beak all bandaged up. We'll have to cut you from the documentary. I'll not be distracted from my quest for publicity. This time I'll fly over a guy's hospital and make a personal appearance. No one can say that Mr. Jimmy Savile doesn't give a hoot about charity. I finally got around to clearing out my dear old mum's clothes. I'd best take them to a charity shop. I'm not mistaken. These are the Queen Mother's clothes. Ooh, I can't resist dead mother's clothes. I must take them home and wrap them in plastic so I can look at them every day. He just steals them from the Queen. Not to be morbidly sentimental reasons, of course, simply out of respect for dead mothers. I'll take those clothes if you don't mind. Oh no, it's Paul Burgle the magpie. I want to feather my nest with royal bric-a-brac. Ooh! Oh, look at the nest we've made of the Queen Mum's clothes. Oh no, here comes the palace guard. I've arrested the pair of you for causing willful damage to the fallen of the nation's favourite dead grandmother. I've got plenty of publicity, but not the kind that I have in mind. He's been having shit thrown at him while he's being taken to prison. Raffles the gentleman thug.
Oh yes, Ruffles.
Oh, have you discovered him recently then?
I'm currently reading one.
Oh god.
He's in the jungle in this one.
Oh, there's one in here where he's in prison.
Raffles has joined Henry Morton Stanley's expedition to find missionary Dr. David Livingstone. Gentlemen, I believe we may be close to the shores of Lake Tanganyika. If I'm not very much mistaken, beyond the next ridge we will find the settlement of Ujiji, wherein, God willing, we shall locate the elusive subject of our peregrinations. About fucking time.
I love Raffles.
Yeah. Yes, look there. In the clearing. Come along, we must make haste to greet the erstwhile hero of the 2 a.m. E21. Dr. Livingstone, I presume. Leave this one to me, Stanley. And then he just headbutts him. Stitch that, you hairy monosyllable. Right, last one back to the Royal Geological Society as an invert. And then Dr. Livingstone's like, Jesus, me fucking proverbial appendage.
Let's see which one I've got. I say, Raffles, old bean, would you look at that? It's one of those aerial carriages. I've read about them in the Illustrated London News. Indeed, Bunny. And for a flight, it costs a mere guinea. It's bringing air travel within reach of the aristocrats on the streets. Well, you won't catch me to adopt one of those infernal contraptions, Raffles. Come, Bunny, old chap. Look at that your specimen embarking now. I fancy she'd vossicated my glad eye. Me? Are you certain? Indubitably, Bunny. I offer that you could be in there. You're in there. Given your opportunity to join the 8 Furlong High Society. I say, steady on. What are you waiting for? Go and flesh your B-stroke glasses. 2 guineas, Hedison. Lord Bonington and I wish to go an airborne jaunt. I regret, sir, we find ourselves in the strange financial circumstances. Come again? If you recall, Your Grace, but lately expended half of his last crown on having a hurrah with the Hoolwich Arsenal Association football team tattooed on his gaff.
You're right, Hudson. I did. Drat it, Raffles. What a damnable inconvenience. Keep your fucking cock-eye aside. Boy for kind, Bonnie. Just leave the finances to me. Good day to you, sir. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I appear to have inadvertently left my turnip. Watch on the watch stand. Could I trouble you to advise me of the hour? Why, of course. It is precisely 5 and 20 minutes past. Scream! Edward, he's got a Stanley knife! Dash my wig! Capital. Now, if you don't perform any ill-advised actions or permanently emotions, hand over your pocketbook to my erstwhile colleague, or the task gets it in the fucking ostular. Do as he says, dear. Here, take this. portion of your urine, Bunny, like relieving a necrode of its confectionery. A new invite. Let's go buy our tickets for the exposition. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats as we are about to take off. Glasses of complimentary sherry will be served as soon as the airship is airborne. Do you hear that, Raffles? Will be a welcome, heartwarming beverage. I hear it's proceeding. It's pressuringly cold up in the clouds. Sherry, fornicate that excrete. I've smuggled a party germ of splooch aboard. 10 minutes later, Raffles, come look. Burp. No one can see Hamilton Court. One can see Hamilton Court from here. Fucking get in. Sir, would you mind, there are ladies present. Kindly monitor your language. I trust, sir, that you exhibit the predisposition for the provider furnished in the military infirmary. Because henceforth you're going to be eating an elegant separately of the fucker. Ow. Smack. Any glasses? Anyone else want a modicum? Come make an attempt if you believe yourself sufficiently resistant. While waving the glass bottle. Biff, bang, bash, bash. Ah!
If you believe yourself sufficiently resistant.
Yes, anyone else fancy a modicum? Come make an attempt if you believe yourself sufficiently resistant. And then a week later, I see Lord Raffles received 2 years penal service for Bonington. Bad show indeed. I don't know how he's going to cope with his incarceration. A fine figure of a man like Raffles is bound to attract the wrong sort of attention, if you know what I mean. Oh dear, Lord Raffles, I appear to have dropped the soap, so I have. I don't suppose you'd be an absolute darling and retrieve it for me, would you, Bagora? But of course, Oscar. Hudson, bend over and pick up that bar of soap for Mr. Wilde, will you? There's a chap. Immediately, sir. And as he's still in the shower wearing a bowler hat. Then Raffles walks out as you hear, ouch. Friar fuck. The monk with Tourette's syndrome. Dominus Sanctus El Spiritus Sanctus. Bollocks! Wank! Amen. Piss wax! Right, brothers. That's Vespers finished for today. Fuck! Then, alright, I have some important news to give. Hairy twats! Cocksucker! I have a very important visitor today. Shit! The bishop is coming to hear us do some chants. Fanny fart! So, while he's here, we need someone to go right down to the bottom of the garden and lock up after the beehives. Cunt bubble! Let me see now. For a fuck, perhaps you could tend to them, eh? Not the ones at the top of the garden of the monastery. Bellend! The other ones right at the bottom. And then you have them doing hymns. Very good. That was an excellent Domino Deo chant, Abbot. Thank you, Bishop. The next one is called Rex Caribans Dominus Matris, and it goes something like this. Actually, I think I've had quite enough. If you don't mind, I'd like to look at your bees. Bees? Yes, bees. Why don't you go look at our cloisters? Great cloisters of the herb garden. Bees? Bees, Abbot. I want to see the bees. I'm most interested in Fitbin! Good day to your brother. And how are the bees? Arseholes! What did he say? The friar was about to say, our souls will surely ascend to heaven if we toil industriously and selflessly as the humble honeybee. What an admirable sentiment and splendid monking. There, young man, how many bees live in his hive? Combath! Did he just say combath?
No, he was quoting from Deuteronomy. Come back, Sheba, said David, and let us pray unto the Lord for forgiveness from, drink jizz! Drink jizz? From Matthew. Drink Jesus, as the disciples of, hairy bollocks! Exodus verse 9. Hear ye bollocks and all cloven hoof beasts of the spunk on my tits, you bitch whore! Well, Abbot. Well, sorry, Bishop. That was spunk on my tits, you bitch whore. I think it's for the best, brother. Your new monastery, St. Dominic's, is a silent order. Not cheese! You won't be allowed to speak there, let alone make a vile obscenities at full tilt. A week later.
Gotcha.
A week later, they're showing all.
I have defeated her.
They're writing hymns, and they come to look at Firefox, and it just says, "Suck my big black cock."
Oh, I found a major misunderstanding.
Go on.
That's what I haven't read. So here we go.
Oh.
It's in the middle of town, and a woman's having an anxiety attack, and a friend is like, "Help! My friend Betty is having one of her anxiety attacks. Oh, she's bad with her nerves, you know." And a doctor comes over and says, "There now, madam, just sit yourself down on the floor for a moment." She's hyperventilating. Could someone fetch me a paper bag, please? Will this be okay? Yes, that'll do fine. Not getting enough carbon dioxide into her bloodstream, and then major misunderstandings just come along. Okay, Betty, I want you to take deep breaths into this bag. Slowly now, breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And then he's like, "Just look at the state of you. Absolutely pathetic. Do you have no self-respect at all? I was going to ask you if you knew what the stuff was doing to your brain cells, but anyone who chooses to sniff it clearly doesn't have much up there in the first place. Glue, for God's sake, what's wrong with a drop of brandy or a decent single malt? But that wouldn't be degraded enough for the filthy lifestyle you've opted for, I suppose. No doubt you're thinking about mugging me so you can buy yourselves another tube. Well, you can try if you like, but you'll have a fight on your hands."
Sherlock Homeless. It was April 1892, and I called upon my friend at his lodgings in the doorway of 221 Baker Street to find him up and hard at work. "Farthing for a cup of tea, Gov." "Hello, homeless. Fancy coming to the park? I've managed to procure half a tenner Brasco. Capital idea, Scotsman." "Mr. Homeless, there's been another one killed down by the railway. Calm down, madam. It's terrible, come quick." Yes, you can tell what this is going to be like. So the vagrant Ripper had struck again. 8 tramps killed in the last month when Homeless and I arrived at the scenes. "Ah, Homeless, wouldn't waste your time. Dead and slashed to pieces. Another victim of the vagrant Ripper. We know nothing about him and even less about his killer. Evidently, you won't mind if I have a look, Inspector. Really, Homeless, this is best left to the professionals. Couldn't agree more, Inspector." "Well, you're right, we know nothing about the victim. Indeed, other than he was left-handed, was in Glasgow the other day, before yesterday, spent several years working in a mine and regularly masturbated in the bushes in Hyde Park." "Good grief, Homeless, how did you deduce that?" "Elementary, Scotsman. He has a self-inflicted all peelers of bastards tattoo on his left arm showing he was right-handed. His trousers are lined with a copy of the Glasgow Herald dated 2 days ago, a newspaper not available in London. His knuckles are black beneath the skin caused by grates becoming ingrained in..."
Right, well, I'm saving after that.
"Well, very impressive, Homeless, but we still need the killer identified, indeed. And it's going to be tricky. All we know is that he's a fellow vagrant, has a 1 tooth and a left upper incisor, staggering gait, and then he keeps a 3-legged dog and lives in the Old Kent Road." "A fellow vagrant? How would you know that?" "Simple deduction. The vagrant was killed inside the box. The flaps in the back have not been forced, therefore his killer would have been in the box with him. And I don't know anyone who'd get in the box with a pissy tramp except another pissy tramp. And the other information, I found a half-eaten pie tangled in his beard. The victim has no teeth, but the bite marks are those of a front incisor. And he must have been left by the killer and dropped his dog. His dog and usually brand of Turkish cigarette only found in the gutter outside Opposite's tobacconists. The killer pissed his trousers, leaving wet footprints at the scene, and their pattern indicates a staggering gait.
You are the one who has forgotten.
Oh. So having told you a little about him, I shall now go and find your killer. Come along, Scotsman, the game is afoot. Thanks to the Homeless's fantastic powers of deduction, we are soon on the trail of the vagrant Ripper. In no time we found ourselves on Oak Kent Road. "Look, Homeless, that fellow fits the bill," outside Roberts and starting with a three-legged hound. Yes, if only we could see his teeth to be certain. I know, how can we? Just go, we can't go up to him and just ask him. No, we couldn't, but someone else could. I think it's time for one of my famous disguises, Scotsman. Farthing for a cup of tea, Sir Gav. Certainly not. Farthing for a cup of tea, Gav. Farthing? Oh, well, I'm sorry, I have only got a sovereign, will that do? Ah, sovereign, God bless you, Gav. Take that, you murdering swine. Whacks him with a cane.
I'm glad that general is dead.
Oh. Yeah, that general can go fucking die.
I mean, not so much for all of his men, but I'm glad he's dead.
Look, say what you want about Salvaria. This is one of the scenes I enjoy from her because, you know, her loyalty in general, it's impressive.
And she waited for the militia to get to a safe distance before, you know, out of respect, before detonating.
Well, yeah.
Oh, found our favourite major misunderstandings.
Yes, we would have got him sooner or later. Of that I have no doubt, Inspector, and would have no doubt that it would have been later rather than sooner. Well said, Homeless, and who many other tramps would indeed will you and your force were chasing your deals. Anyway, that's the end of this little episode. There is a small matter of the reward. Ah, yes, come to Scotland Yard tomorrow. So they give him his money. Well, looks like it'll be dining out the bins out the back of the Ritz this evening. No, Scotsman, I have a better idea. And Sherlock Holmes and Scotsman are drinking booze on a park bench, pissing themselves. Ah, Scotsman, you fucking bastard. You're my best fucking mate.
Chapter 16.
Yeah.
Go on, which major misunderstandings have you found? Go on.
The one the butcher shop one.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Miss Ferguson, Mrs. Ferguson. Ah, Ted, would you be a dear and put one of our posters up in your shop window? And as she's saying it, major misunderstandings just coming around the corner. It's for the Girl Guides fundraising jamboree next week. We've got that Eamon Holmes off the telly to come and do the raffle. No problem, Mrs. F. I'll stick up on my window right away. For God's sake, woman, get a sense of perspective. They're only animals, for crying out loud. Human beings are biological designed to eat meat. That is a simple fact of nature, and no amount of emotive posturing outside something. Look at you. You're living proof of the inadequacy of a vegetarian diet. And you needn't bother waving your oh-so-shocking poster under my nose. I've served in Burma. I've witnessed a lot of blood and guts that would make your hair turn white. I've seen friends and fellow officers cut down before my eyes. If you think I'm going to turn sentimental over a photograph of a pig being slaughtered, you are sadly mistaken. Get a sense of perspective, woman. Grow up and eat some sausages.
Another big Vern.
Yeah.
This one's a short one. Ernie is visiting the art gallery. Vern, fancy seeing you here. Jesus Christ. Shut it, you punk. I want to blow the whole fucking tickle and he's stealing pieces of work with a Stanley knife. I didn't realise. Do what?
I'm warning you, Ernie, if you're pissing me about, I'll cut your fucking Jacobs off. But Vern, I was just surprised to see you here. I didn't know you liked art. I don't like it, Ernie. I don't like it one fucking bit. It's not my game I'm playing anyway, you see. There's too many faces in this gap, Ernie. It's making me nervous, you know what I mean? Yes, Vern, I prefer landscapes too. In fact, there's a couple of large constables behind that statue. The filth! Get down, Ernie! I'm not going back inside, you hear me, cozzers? No, I was referring to the artist, John Constable. Too late, Ernie! Suicidal Sid. Let's see who else. Oh shit, it's the Bacons. The brown bottle.
The brown bottle.
Yeah, he's just the guy who drinks Newcastle Brown and ends up, you know, drunk and pissing himself. Okay, let's read a brown bottle. Mild-mannered reporter Barry Brown has been fired from the Fulchester Bungle for being late to work with a hangover and sickle down his trousers. And there's a J. Jonah Jameson guy going, don't come back, else I'll have security punch you out on your ass. If only they knew my secret identity, then they'd understand, but I can't reveal it to them, otherwise I'd be placing their lives in mortal drunk danger. Barry, I just want to say it's really unfair what happened. I mean, clearly you have a problem, and you have the same right to workplace support as any other medical or psychological condition. Hold on, I think I hear something. I don't hear anything. I have to go. Using his kestrel super strength, Barry Brown quickly runs from the building, following the sound of whatever is calling to him. Ah, Mr. Brown, just in time. I only opened for business at this very second. Yes, I heard your keys jingling. Help, thief, stop. Oh no, that defenseless woman's being mugged right outside my shop. That's bad for business. Maybe not. Give me 4 bottles of Newcastle Brown. Right away, Mr. Barry, sir. Barry drinks all 4 bottles of dog in quick succession and transforms into the brown bottle. His suit falls off into a really shitty suit. That'll be £3.94. Oh, Jesus, me fucking head. I just need a nap. Just a nap. I really need a nap. Quickly, Mr. Barry, sir. The mugger, he's getting away. The brown bottle quickly pisses his own pants in his sleep, making the mugger slip. Oh, shit, what's going on? Oh, gosh, it's the brown bottle. Please don't touch me. I don't want to get TB or gout. Ah, thank you, brown bottle. That was the worst experience of my life. How can I ever repay you? Ah, help, perverse. Overpowered by a woman with a purse, Brown Bottle retreats to the safety of his fortress of solitude and attempts to erase his own memory. He sits in a cardboard box in an alley. The world was fucking spinning. That was it. Brown Bottle suddenly realised if he drank enough, the world would spin so fast it would go back in time to a point where he wasn't fired, probably. God, look, the pipes, the fucking calling, you bastards. Oh, it's working. The world's fucking spinning out of control. Ah, you bastard. He falls over. The next day, oh, my fucking head. Never again. Wait a minute. The paper. It's yesterday. My plan worked. I've still got a job. Hey, have you got yesterday's paper? I need a dump. Ah, here it is. And back at work. Go on, Brown. Piss off. And he gets kicked up the arse.
Oh, good news.
Yeah.
Good news.
James Gunn has been rehired to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yes!
Oh, Ollie's erection has suddenly grown.
Yep. No kidding, it's all over the news.
Oh, and as I pick this up, there's one. You know those old adverts in magazines?
That is good news. Batista can stay as Drax.
Yes. You know those commemorative plates you can buy?
Yeah.
There's one of that Top Gear incident where Jeremy Clarkson punched someone in the face. The Top Gear presenter of Hearts. It was a moment where the world seemed to stop and everyone remembers where they were when they heard the tragic news that Jeremy Clarkson had lost his brave battle to keep his job. And now, to make sure he's never forgotten, Hammerhead and Gabson are excited to present you this limited edition plate at 10:30 PM on March 4, 2015. Clarkson was subjected to a brutal assault on his dignity when the junior producer offered him a choice of soup or a cold meat platter for his supper at a 5-star hotel.
A lesser man would have chosen to ignore the slight,
Okay.
so the Top Gear presenters decided. Strike a blow for freedom, and as depicted on this magnificent plate, like Rosa Parks, Nelson Mandela, and Mahatma Gandhi, Clarkson stood up for what was right, his right to have what he wanted to eat when he wanted it. Well, at least you've beaten Silveria. I think we can at least say that's a good thing.
Yeah, I didn't think it would take the entire 2 hours, but oh well.
You don't have the skills that the other people have.
Disney admitted that it was wrong.
Yes.
Well,
and on that,
it was a matter of when.
Well, it was a matter of if. Disney, no one can tell Disney what to do. They're too powerful. But that just makes it even better news because it didn't have to happen.
You say that, but there are certain things Disney are afraid of, and the fact that this has gone on.
Controversy is one of them, apparently.
Well, listen. Despite what Eric Bischoff says, controversy does not always create cash. Sometimes
Not always,
it creates people burn. Yeah, sometimes controversy creates things burning in your front garden.
Yeah.
Usually in the form of something wooden.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad they don't have to think about replacing Batista, because they were never going to find a better Drax.
Well, at least we know Batista's not winning WrestleMania then.
I didn't think he was going to win anyway.
Well, obviously not, but still. On the Game of Thrones. Oh god.
Yeah.
Nothing to watch here except for Joffrey being raped to death by the fat slags. What? He got sat on by them. And then just as they're like, oh shit, we've killed the king, what do we do? And then Tyrion comes in with a crossbow and shoots the corpse in the head. And then they have sex with him and he dies too.
On that, bombs, I'll leave the stream here. You up for a podcast a bit later, dudes?
Yeah, I'm still up for it.
Yeah, alright.
Right, well, until that time, that'll be on my main channel, Ollie Johnson, at some point tonight. Where can the internet find more of you guys?
You can find me on Murasaki's Pit, where hopefully soon, as soon as I get my friend Charlotte around, I will be doing Yakuza Kiwami 1. And maybe Devil May Cry 5. But, depending on how far Ollie is in it, I may actually play the HD collection at some point. Just to catch you up with one and... Oh god, I found one that Ollie really should remember. The Parky.
Oh god.
It's just him doing a hedge, and as soon as he's done it, just says, fuck off, you cunts. Everyone's a bastard. There's also a comic I think you might like that they just added called Oh Fuck It's Foul-Mouthed Super Obese Mobility Scooter Woman. It's basically a fat woman that goes to the benefit centre to try and scam money out of people.
Right. Anyway,
on that note...
Yeah, Ian, what about you? Where can the internet find more of you?
They can find me at Within the Grey Walls, and where I'll be continuing the Spider-Man DLC.
And on that note, we'll leave you. Until next time.